How does a Navy SEAL focuses his attention, and where does a Navy SEAL focus on? That were the questions I found interesting when I recently read the book The Way of the SEAL of Mark Devine. Subtitle: Think like an elite warrior to lead and succeed. So where does a SEAL focus on? I assume since you are watching this video you want a meaningful life. I assume you want a rich life, a life filled with passion. And in order to have a meaningful life, you need to have purpose, says Mark. Without purpose you won't feel alive. Think of flying an airplane and the pilot doesn't know where to fly it. If he doesn't know the destination, you will never get there. And the same is true for purpose. If you don't know why you're doing something, you will never get the feeling of fulfillment. But if you know that you love flying so much or traveling to beautiful countries, well, if you have landed the plane successfully, you will always feel great. So the first thing to do is make a stand, deciding which things you absolutely can't compromise on. What are your values? What do you love? What is important to you? Ask yourself these questions, because if you have purpose, I promise you feel motivated again. You are going to stand up early, feeling vibrantly and enthusiastically if you have a purpose. Because when you were a child, you couldn't wait to get up in the morning when it was your birthday, right? The same is true for purpose now. So rule number 1 is purpose in life will get you motivated. What the author also emphasizes is that all goals require focus if we are to achieve them. And for example, if you are doing archery and you want to hit the target with an arrow when you are shooting, you will never hit it with your eyes closed. Or although you have your eyes open, you must really concentrate on the goal to hit it. Perhaps this seems obvious, but the same applies of course for your life goals. And how many people have really taken the time to think of these and, more importantly, have written them down? Most people have just a vague idea in their minds, but this won't be enough. You need to write them down so that you can focus on them every day. Otherwise you don't think of them. And as Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And not to forget what Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. And you want to have energy, right? Because all great accomplishments are only possible if you have a lot of energy to work for them. So rule number 2 is focus on your goals every day so that you are constantly reminded of where you are going. You could try to accomplish all your goals at once, but the lack of focus ultimately leads to inefficiency. It will be better to employ front-sight focus, says the author, that you concentrate on one single immediate goal at a time in order to achieve each of them more efficiently. You can have multiple goals. I have 10 life goals, and per life goal I have almost another 10 goals I need to achieve to accomplish this life goal. So this can be pretty overwhelming, but you don't have to focus on all of them at the same time. The mind can only have one thought at a time, which learns us that our minds only can focus on one thing at a time. So let we also do that. You must see your mind as a big archive, and you have a lot of files in there. But your mind have them categorized per topic. So you have one box filled with files for one particular goal. And if you're constantly shifting between goals, then your mind needs to constantly search for another file in another box. And if you do this a couple of times in a day, your mind will be quickly run out of energy and it will be fatigued, and this is not what you want. So rule number 3 is focus on one goal at a time. So if you want to achieve your goals, you must first define your purpose and then, more importantly, living by your purpose. For this to accomplish, you should carefully transform your mind with positivity so that you can gain maximum focus on the most important facets of your life. To summarize, purpose in life gets you motivated. Focus on your goals every day. Focus on one goal at a time. Please share this with your friends if you found it helpful, or put a comment below with some feedback or your thoughts on this topic. Thank you for watching, and as always, get your ass into action.